Attention passengers on flight CT-11. The flight to Nassau International Airport has been canceled.
I can never get out of this state, ever.
What are we doing here?
I have no idea.
It's lovely, though.
What are you guys doing here?
Tyler, has anybody ever told you have anger issues?
This is about the 5th time in 2 years where I haven't been able to get out of this airport. And then every time I go somewhere, there's a delay for at least 3 hours. I miss my connection. I never get where I'm going.
be all right.
And I need a vacation so bad.
It's okay.
Well,
It's
Auto
okay.
Tempest said we were to meet here and we were going to the beach.
But you live at the beach.
I live in Florida. This makes no sense. It
Why
makes
are
no
you
sense to me.
That's just what they said.
Huh.
But the flight's canceled?
The flight is canceled. I'm canceled, just in general, yes.
This is.
Hold on,
this is
hold on.
Wichita,
My
so
phone's vibrating.
That happens a lot.
Oh, a text from Auto Tempest.
Wait, we're doing this again?
Yeah, apparently.
Whoa, it's back!
All right, it says airline travel is becoming more difficult and less convenient every day.
you think?
Flights are delayed, canceled, and even landing upside down. Tyler's flight to the beach is canceled, and so it's time to find an alternative means of travel. The Federal Aviation Administration stipulates that the airlines offer compensation when they cancel your flights, and the maximum payout is $1,550.
I've gotten that once, actually, yeah.
We're giving each of you that budget to head over to Auto Tempest, search all the local listings, and find a sporty convertible to head to the nearest beach. That's
Okay.
right. Hold on. It says we've gone from supercars for the price of a C8 Corvette to sports cars for the price of a canceled flight.
This is 11. This is our 11th. right?
11th car trek.
So COVID, we had a budget and now we don't anymore. $1,500 for cars that need to be sporty and the roof comes off.
So where is the nearest beach?
Galveston, Texas, probably. Yeah. It's a haul.
All right. So
It's
that's
50% oil. Like that's not a beach.
It's a beach.
so these cheap cars have to survive quite a journey.
I suppose, yeah.
I guess it's time to go shopping.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
You ready?
No.
Get on Auto Tempest, start doing the thing.
I don't.
Find the car.
Why am I here?
After another unsuccessful anger management session, I was way better suited than Ed and Freddie to hop on Auto Tempest and find a hoopty on our tight budget. So I was first to arrive at my farm, wondering if the boys would even show up. Finding a $1,500 car these days is harder than convincing Ed not to negotiate with an 8-year-old on the purchase of Girl Scout cookies. But it seems Ed and I are both bloodhounds for ruined German cars.
Oh.
Look at you!
We have done well, haven't we?
Two German racing machines, but boy, you have
Yes.
got peak scratch-off winner energy right there.
I suppose. I mean, these were rivals in the 90s and 2000s right here. Mine, though, well, it's an SL65, actually.
look at the
SL65
badging.
4MATIC AMG V12 bi-turbo with 600 horsepower.
Yeah, I mean, mine looks like it has been through some pretty deep water at certain points, but look at the seats. It's got the baseball seats.
Yes, and a manual transmission.
Everything you could ever dream of for $1,500, and that's exactly what I've spent. I followed the rules.
You're on budget.
I did,
You're
yes.
not cheating.
Well, you must have overspent there.
Well, no, because I have the home field advantage. I know all the dealers in town, so I saw this on Auto Tempest, went on the lot, and then they couldn't get the top to work and some other things, but it drives fine. $900.
No.
And, you know, a little extra $100 for the badging. You know, I had to up.
You
that.
did this.
Yeah. Oh yeah, of course. I
Oh,
did.
well, what a flex that is. Mine, it drives great. It makes a good noise. It's only
Yeah.
got a few error lights on.
Wow.
What do you think Freddie will have bought?
Something stupid. Doesn't sound good.
Oh.
Wait.
Oh, what? Absolutely not.
Is that a... That's a Supra.
Oh, it doesn't sound quite right.
Listen, man, all right?
What did
This is how it's done. This is a, I don't know if you can read there. It's
Oh,
a
I see that.
1990 Toyota Supra Turbo.
It really is a turbo.
Yeah, it's a turbo. You didn't hear the turbo?
Is it rusted to death in an automatic?
No, it's not an automatic. It actually has a 5-speed manual transmission. The roof comes off.
see
It
that.
has 3 liters, 6 cylinders. Has that turbo. It makes 232-ish horsepower when it was new.
Obviously, the Mark IVs are the ones that everybody wants, but these are still pretty expensive, Freddie. So how much
Yeah,
was
that's
it?
not a $1,500 car.
It was more. It was a little more. It was.
Who would do that on a car track?
It was a little. It was $5,000.
What?
It was $5,000. But
So-
this is not like, oh, I just wanted to break the rules. No, it's not. I'm not breaking the rules. There is a stipulation that yes, you do get $1,500. However, if you do have some luggage that gets lost at the same time, that goes up to $3,500 plus the $1,500, which makes it $5,000, which means that this is within the rules, and this is letter of the law, not spirit of the law. So I think this is totally fine.
So we haven't done a car trek in 2 years because we couldn't get you out from underneath your McLaren P1. And
Oh, I'm sorry.
you come
We're
back
standing in front of your P1.
You come back and you've blown the budget times 4?
And it still doesn't run well. I heard it coming in.
Yeah.
It drove here just fine. You don't get to talk, okay? Like these are definitely. We're going to see what German reliability is with these two.
I want to show you the dominance of this one. I want to show it to you here.
Yeah.
On the farm, I'm thinking, because if we go out on the road, then the ticket clinic, has to get involved and help us get out of tickets. I think we should have a little race and obstacle course here on the farm grounds, if that works for you all.
I suppose. Why not?
Ed's going to hit your house.
I can.
There's
miss
a
the
lot of
house.
trees, Ed.
There are a
There
lot of trees.
I am
A lot
very
of trees,
concerned.
but they're-
Maybe we do a signing lap in my Lambo, if that's all right.
Always.
You have a Lambo?
We got Hoopty car trek. We got to have a Lamborghini in it somewhere.
Okay.
Let's go.
Here we go. So she's a 2-cylinder, diesel, 6-speed, not a gated manual, but a manual. It's a Lambo.
How many friends have you lost from tractor accidents?
Just one.
Oh my goodness.
You don't want to get caught under the wheels.
Oh my goodness. The fastest I feel I've ever been in a Lamborghini. Okay. Oh. I don't remember any of the track.
Here, across the line, huh?
Okay.
Across the line?
Okay.
Yeah? What do you think?
Oh, I gotta push my butthole back in. Hold on. Hey, so let's never do that again.
Oh wow.
It's fun.
Thank you for the display, Tyler.
It's still faster and better running than your Lambo.
Yeah, I hated all of that.
Right, the inaugural Hoovy 500, I guess, or just one lap.
Are you and the SLK 65 4MATIC AMG Black Series bi-turbo compressor sport package S ready?
I think you got all of it, and yes, it's all ready.
All right, rev that blue tech up. 3, 2, 1, go!
Oh, traction control off. Woohoo!
That was a heavy clinch.
He's gonna die. That doesn't sound like a V12 though.
No, it does not.
They got a top error of some kind that's beeping heavy nonstop, but she's hauling butt.
Watch for that turn.
Into the cornfield, around the pond, making the turn. Yo! Come on, mate. There we go, back on the property here in this turn in.
I may have not consulted my better half about making her yard into a racetrack, but Ed also didn't consult me about using April later to shrewdly integrate sponsor plugs. So brace yourself.
And and across the line.
How about that? 50.65 seconds.
Is that good?
I don't know.
I think this car is down on power, and power steering's not sounding too good.
Do you have danger to manifold? All right, I'll give you a countdown from 3. 3, 2, 1, go!
Wow. Okay.
Flamboyant.
It seemed to go okay, and then you could hear the as it fell on its face.
It didn't want to start though.
Something's wrong.
Many things are wrong.
The Supra actually is known for some rally pedigree, specifically this generation Supra. And through the cornfield, these were also popular as drift cars, which I'm demonstrating right now. Hold the power. Okay, that's a big corn stalk.
We're representing, German racing silver
Yes.
well. He's here in Amish racing black. How do you think he's gonna do?
Well, he hasn't been on a track in a couple of years, and he was terrible before, and the last time it did not go well.
Now you want to initiate the drift, give it a little bit of throttle.
Hey, he's already through. Whoa, okay, he's in the front yard.
This thing does not have any power under 5,000 RPM.
Okay, that reminds me. I need to send Tyler's Bugatti speeding ticket to the ticket clinic, texting 305-305.
And then across the line in.
Hey!
Wow,
You never had me!
you never had that car. Wow. All right, it was 3
Nice.
seconds off your pace. He was right here.
Yeah. So far, Tyler wins.
Now with its all-wheel drive, my Audi here should be in its element. It is a front-wheel drive bias.
Okay, Ed, is your Quattro all Quattroing okay?
I'm sure it's not entirely okay, but it seems perfectly sufficient for this job.
Well, let's see some of this rally heritage. You ready?
Yes.
3, 2, 1, go!
Looking at these Grand Nationals on Auto Tempest. Good thing I have Tyler's checkbook.
That wasn't Quattro. That was
That was Dos?
that was Dos.
Yeah, the front wheel
might
drive?
be Uno.
Oh, I got the higher output version. Send it.
Although he's doing his typical full past the send of craziness, Ed.
He doesn't have any fear of death at all.
Oh, yes! Look at the grip! Now I have the KO4 turbo on this thing, like the RS4 in the B5 that we couldn't get here in the US.
Going through the corn right now.
Okay.
Around the pond.
Okay, here we go.
Not upside down yet.
He'll come out through that hole any moment.
Here we go. Oh. Now I do think this thing might actually be chipped as well, because it is whooshy whooshy.
That's the line, man. Whoa! Whoa!
Holy hell!
Whoa! Oh, I don't think that was the right stopping point.
Well, he didn't hit a tree. Look at that. Oh, he turned it from an Audi into an innie.
He did.
How was that?
You lost some bits, I think.
What?
in
Yeah,
front.
yeah, you're missing some
I
front
didn't need
ducting
that.
there.
I didn't need that.
Yeah, they put those in as extras.
Well, I may have harvested your farm a little bit.
So it's good that you have brown interior because what happened in your pants there, that will match.
Unfazed. The rally-inspired Quattro was in its element here. And how did I do?
And Tyler does not win. 41.5 seconds.
There we go. Good God. Oh, I do have a new error for my oil sensor, but that's not the same thing as an oil error. It just means it needs a new sensor.
That's the new one?
Well, yeah, I mean the brake light and the service now and all the other things. Don't worry about any of that.
It looks like a Christmas tree.
Hold on, my phone buzzed. Oh, a text from Auto Tempest.
Wow.
Considering the budget we gave you, your choices actually look pretty good. They seem surprised. But now it's time to find out just how bad they actually are beneath the surface. Head over to the Car Wizard and see what he thinks about your latest purchases.
We just took these cars through a cornfield. And now we have to get them looked at by...
They're all pretty wounded even before the cornfields.
But at least he'll be at his home turf. He won't have to poof anywhere. He's going to be very, very happy, as he always is. Let's go.
Our first cruise.
Don't do that.
This
No,
is...
it's-
You have a... You got something on your interior here.
It's about a 30-mile drive, Freddie. You think it'll make it? What's up?
What's wrong?
Car doesn't start.
Can you hear the fuel pump?
It'll go. Hold on. It'll go. It'll go. It'll go. It'll go. It'll go.
Let me get some starting fluid.
So if the starting fluid works, then it's a fuel issue, which means fuel pump, fuel filter, some sort of fuel delivery thing. But if the starting fluid doesn't work, that means it's ignition, compression, all the bad stuff.
We had a fuel pump filter fail on one of the cannonballs in that old Bluesmobile, and we just hit it with a hammer, and it worked immediately.
Where do I spray her? I guess there's an intake right here.
Over the whole thing, right?
Now, Ed, you pull this off, we'll get in the intake. Like that, that's probably enough. See if it runs.
Fire in the hole. All right, there we go.
So we got a spark.
It's fuel.
So we got spark.
It's
so we don't
fuel.
have gas. Is the fuel pump in the sending unit?
Okay, I'll look at the fuel
I'm
pump.
gonna cheer you on.
No, you don't need to cheer. I don't need a cheerleading squad. Okay, I'll take a look at it.
Freddie assured us that the repair would be both straightforward and quick. We doubted that, but we're happy to lend our knees to push the Supra inside for some emergency surgery.
This car is equipped with a fuel pressure sending unit and filter assembly back here. Oh my God. So this has been modified by a previous owner. Usually you have to drop the tank to get to the fuel pump, which is actually this guy right here. But thankfully, it's been done for us with extreme prejudice. I'm gonna get a metal cut and probably tetanus. What's cool about this is that now I can take off these 8mm bolts and I should be able to get at the fuel pump assembly, see what's wrong with it. Definitely is a fuel pressure issue. There's the fuel pump and then the fuel filter, and then that goes into a pressure regulator. And all of that could be bad because this car's 35 years old and has a very questionable history. Let's just hope it's something simple. I don't know why somebody would do this to their car. I mean, I'm kind of thankful now that I don't have to drop the tank. Now, I gotta get this guy out. Wow, that's a lot wrong with that fuel pump. First off, fuel pump, rusty. They shouldn't be rusty. When the car sits, it can have water in the tank, and water does this to fuel pumps. Second of all, this has a rubber hose that was not rated to be inside the fuel tank, and that completely deteriorated. So even if the fuel pump's running, all that pressure is going out of this hose. And then third of all, the sock right here, this is a little pre-filter, and that doesn't exist anymore. So there's probably all sorts of crud and crap going into this fuel pump. So this fuel pump is dead. We have to replace the line and the filter, and hopefully the Supra will be good. So this is our finished botched fuel pump, but it should work. Actually, if this works, it should run for a very, very long time. So I'm gonna put this in, I'm gonna slide this in there, and then hopefully not get too much tetanus. Let's see how she do. None of this stuff is as per Toyota factory recommendations, so there may be some tolerances that we need to work out. All right, there. Just gotta clamp it down. Gotta apply a massive amount of pressure. Man, we should be good to go. I hope this works. Oh! Whoa, whoa, oh! Everyone calm down, everyone calm down, everyone calm down. All right, okay, all right, okay. Car runs. I wasn't worried at all.
The inglorious hole in Freddie's Supra revealing the rusty fuel pump is certainly the tip of the iceberg when it comes to problems that would ruin our beach vacation. But with the Supra running again and trekking to the Car Wizards for an inspection, we didn't have to wait long to find out.
We are off to see the Wizard. And like most of you, I am disappointed that the first car track, after I buy a Bugatti, Tyler buys a Bugatti, and Freddie buys part of a P1, is not the Hypercar Special. But this is really, really cool. And honestly, this TT is sort of like a quarter of a Bugatti. 4 cylinders rather than 16, 1 turbo rather than 4, 222 horsepower rather than 987. But I gotta say, it is really cool. And of the 600,000 TTs that Audi's made, this is the one you want. The high output motor, a proper manual gearbox with the plunger shifter. I actually worked for the Audi driving experience in 2004, and we had one of these in kind of the demonstrator fleet at Road Atlanta. So I got to push it around the racetrack a good bit and really get to know the cars. And they are a lovely open top sports car. I love the baseball seats. It's proper German racing silver, although red over red would obviously be better. But I gotta say, I am loving my choice. It is behaving itself pretty well. I've got some arrow lights. The brake light, it says is out, but they're not out. I newly have an error for an oil sensor warning. And but overall, no check engine lights. I kind of feel like an NFT version of myself. Not the real thing in the real Bugatti, but my quarter bug is gonna do for this trip.
What a car, only 65,000 miles on this 98 SLK 230. Just a few years after the SLK came out, and it's sort of more like the original spirit of the SL that came out in the 1950s. It's smaller, lighter, more of a sports car. This is a lot more fun and tossable, and there were a lot of innovations. The biggest one is the retractable folding hardtop, which doesn't work on this one. It's sort of the Achilles heel, but it does work manually. It's smooth at speed. It's a little buzzy, like a mount or something's off, and well, the interior it's just completely falling apart. Inside the glove box, there are pieces of plastic that are. The interior is made of some biodegradable plastic that's just. It's just falling apart. But I can put aside cosmetic issues for $900. What an amazing deal for any car with 65,000 miles, let alone a Mercedes convertible. And this one's the engine to have, the supercharged 4-cylinder, 185 horsepower, that I feel like's a little underrated. I'm feeling pretty good about my purchase. If you put the hardtop issues aside, this thing shouldn't have that much wrong with it at the Car Wizards, and should be good to go for the trip. Unlike those guys behind me, Freddie's Supra, well, it looks like a barn find, and Ed's Audi has all the lights on, all of them.
So welcome to my 1990 Toyota Supra Turbo with a 5-speed manual transmission. In 1990, this was it. So in previous car tracks, I did have another Toyota Supra.
Well, that's a spin.
And yes, the guys did accuse me of going over budget on that one too. But for this, I feel like I got the perfect blend of reliability, performance, looks, and, well, open top fun. Because this car, while it's not the Mark IV, the Supra that came after this, the one that got famous in Fast and the Furious, this was still a really, really good car. It has a 3-liter, 6-cylinder turbocharged engine, making about 232 horsepower with 250 foot-pounds of torque. All the gauges work. I don't have any warning lights. The gear shifter works, the steering works, which is more than I can say for the other two cars. I'm sure that they have a ton of issues and warning lights. If I'm honest, the engine has a little bit of knock, like bottom end knock, like really bad knock. I'm hoping my Supra is okay, just so I can show those two up. These cars, I think, are still due to appreciate. I think this is a modern classic, and I think you're gonna see these cars, the rare versions, the later model cars, go for maybe $100,000 with low miles. This is a definite collector's item, and the other two guys have, well, they have piles of junk. They have German piles of junk that won't make it the rest of the trip. But me, I'm basically driving a museum piece.
Now, of course, all of these cars will inevitably be mechanically totaled by the Car Wizard. And whenever we have cheap cars like this, it begs the question of like, well, why are you mistreating them? Why are you driving them like you don't care? Because that's the only way you should drive a car like this. We're getting places, we're driving, we're having fun, or at least I am. It's no Bugatti, but I'm happy.
So gentlemen, how are your cars?
Although I'm very happy to have a manual transmission, whoever has been using this car was a little bit indelicate. It is very grindy into third gear. The clutch doesn't feel great, and I gotta say it is a slushy feeling shift gate.
Well, my slush box is a little weird, but this might be my best under $1,000 car I have ever
bought in my entire life. It's amazing.
For 143,000 miles and a salvage title, this thing is running smooth and straight.
My car is doing well. All the gauges work. The power delivery is good. I know the clutch is probably on its way out because it is doing this surging thing. I feel like the engine could use a little bit of a rebuild. It is knocking quite a bit. I don't know if the timing belt has ever been changed, so there are things that this car needs. Fun fact, I just hit 107,000 miles on the dot right now.
107,000 miles on a Supra, on a Toyota, Japanese product, and you're saying it needs an engine, it needs all the suspension, it needs a clutch, and Ed's car's on death's door at 140,000 miles, typical Audi product. So you guys screwed up, and Freddie, you really screwed up because you spent 4 times the budget amount.
Yes, I spent a little bit more than the $1,500, but they lost my bag. What was I supposed to do?
If you squint, Freddie, does it look like a Bugatti?
Actually, now that you mention it, it does look like a Kids Bop Bugatti.
Fisher Price bug. So how mechanically totaled do you think each of these cars is going to be per the Wizard's estimate?
0%.
You just said your engine was knocking and you needed a clutch. The only thing I have to worry about is if the top counts in my total repair estimates, but otherwise, he shouldn't find much.
So my Supra is totally okay. I think it's just the fact that whoever owned this car before put in whatever 85 grade gas that you have over here, and they didn't put in the correct 93 that you need to put in, and then they probably changed the oil with some 0W0. So I think once we fix that, the car is going to be absolutely perfect.
No, I saw that old fuel pump of yours. There is something going on in that tank. You have like a whole ecosystem of something living in there.
Do y'all have functional heat?
Very much so, and air conditioning.
My heat does work, but my air conditioning has left the chat.
I am relying solely on the heated seat.
My heated seats are just the velour that has trapped 1,000 wet farts.
I think you're still burning off a little bit of corn, Ed, from your yeet into the field.
Hey, I had to get across the line as fast as possible.
You got across the line, across the fence, across the field. Yeah, you did a lot of crossing.
Small price to pay for victory. That was some Alabama rules street racing right there.
Ed, is this more or less comfortable than your actual Bugatti?
Much, much less. The Bugatti is very, very comfortable. I was hoping that's what we would be doing, is driving them a very long way and making fun of your P1 for not existing.
Oh yeah, the Car Trek Hypercar Special. Auto Tempest gave us $1 million each to get the cheapest Bugattis in the country. Yeah, I think that would go over well with our fan base, for sure.
Auto Tempest agreed to co-sign our loans with Premier Financial Services so we could go hypercar shopping.
Nothing says relatable like $1 million loan.
Quality consumer advice incoming.
All right, 3 miles to Newton, so I think we're going to make it to the Wizards.
Who would have thought? Despite the odds, we had managed the 30-mile drive to Newton, Kansas, the home of the car wizard. The skies were clear, but the threat of incoming bad news was ominous.
Wizard!
Auto Tempest said you guys would be coming along. It's good to see you guys.
We need some inspections.
Inspections?
Yes. We're taking a 700-mile road trip to the beach to Galveston in some 3 fine hoopties we bought for, well, $900, $1,500, and
$50,000.
$50,000, yeah.
Oh! Oh my!
That's not my fault.
We'll add that to the bill.
That is not
Add
my
that to
fault.
the bill.
But in addition to letting us know just how mechanically totaled each of these cars are, we'd like you to give us kind of some Vegas odds on the likelihood that each of them makes it 700 miles.
We've come to the right place.
Excellent, excellent. Well, enjoy the SLK 654 Matic compressor bi-turbo thing.
You're gonna need a new.
I just fixed it.
I don't see a whole lot going on with the engine, but in the transmission there's a lot of pending codes.
Well, hopefully that holds together.
Good day, Wizard.
Your Bugatti seems a lot smaller and a different color this time around, though.
Well, it's colder here in Kansas.
Yeah, okay, yeah, it makes a lot of
happens.
sense.
Dude.
What's going on, Freddie?
It's been a while.
It's been a few years, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the shop's looking great, but I know you wanted to check out my baby right here.
So what are your concerns about it?
First of all, it's a Supra, it's Japanese, so it's going to be absolutely perfect in every way, except for the fact that it needs a few things, mainly in the engine part.
So I've pulled up the codes. Oh my, it just keeps scrolling.
Write you a book.
Why don't you take a look at that? Oh my goodness. Overboost.
I like
wastegate.
overboost. Yeah. Power supply, mixture adaptation, too lean, emissions control, we don't need that. Crash signal. Wait. I might remember that moment.
It explains all your lights that are on the dash.
You want to look under the hood?
Let's take a look. That is not a twin turbo V12 at all.
It has a cloaking device.
A cloaking device?
Yes, it's looking like a 4-cylinder supercharged. Isn't that beautiful? I found that badge, a fake AMG hand-built signature there.
Now I'm definitely going to have to take a look and see what's going on with this thing. I see the belly pan's got oil all in the bottom of it coming from somewhere.
It's leaky.
Oh my goodness.
Oh no!
Look at that.
This is don't look at that wrong. It's going to snap just looking at it.
Well, your version of surprised and my version of disappointed are kind of the same thing, right?
Well, it looks like it's been through a hurricane. There's just like this rat's nest of floppy things going on here.
I don't really know what that's for. It says don't touch it though, so you should probably put
not
it right
touch
down.
it, huh? I was expecting a lot more when we opened the hood. I'm severely disappointed in the size.
I hear that a lot.
You do?
Yes.
This car has a rod knock, like a bottom end knock. You got to listen to this. If I rev the engine a little bit.
Yep, I do hear it. I can't really isolate exactly what it is, but it definitely has a lower end knock. And if that fails, it would be catastrophic.
Yeah, engine's going bye-bye.
It's done, yeah. I do see a leak right here. We need to find out what that is.
Are you going to do it?
I am.
Do the thing.
Yep, that's transmission fluid.
What does it taste like?
It's hard to describe, but anyways.
Fine wine. Don't tell people something good because they'll start drinking it.
It's a Pinot Grigio. Yeah. You mentioned something about an oil level light.
Yes.
Well, this is unplugged. It would make sense. So I'll take care of that light for you. Just be with you an hour.
Oh, that's fair, Wizard. Let's snap it in. Okay, so now it's I'm like 50% improved at this.
Yeah, there's a pretty good oil leaks.
There's a lot of hoses and lines, pressure lines and things that are leaking all this oil.
Yeah.
Why is there corn pieces in here? Look at this one.
Yep, that's Tyler Hoover farm corn.
Do you still do the thing where you go, oh, that's good oil?
I can, but this is pretty nasty. That's like toxic. I don't know if I'm going to taste that one.
Oh, that's the toxic oil, not the good clean oil.
That's right.
You've changed, man. Come on.
I'm on a diet.
I feel like I don't know who you are anymore.
The drive shaft is nice and girthy and thick.
Thank you very much.
You mentioned some grinding in the transmission.
I did, yeah, but just third gear.
Just third gear only.
We got spares.
It's probably fine then. Got a floppy shaft here.
It does have a floppy shaft. Yeah, you never want a floppy shaft.
No.
You want them to be nice and firm.
Lots of corn bits everywhere. I just keep finding them. What did you do?
We won.
You won.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. I guess that sums it all up.
That's it. Time for some answers.
Look what you found.
Yeah. Yes, this is from Ed's cards, the Children of the Corn flashbacks for me.
Is that your new Wizard staff?
It is. It works very well. Well, you guys came here for some inspections, some prices, and to get some information, and I have all the data for you. So as far as what it's going to cost to get these things into really good condition, or at least decent condition, Tyler's, I'll start with his first.
Okay.
It has a convertible top that's not working.
Hard top,
It has a transmission that's on the brink. It has valve cover leaks. It has several other leaks going on. And most of it being the convertible top is easily going to be $6,000 to $7,000 for this little guy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hey!
Sorry about that.
You quit hanging out with Freddie.
Maybe $7,250 now.
Wizard staff is firmer than you'd expect.
It's amazingly fragile.
Yeah.
$7,000 for a $900 car.
Most of it being the top. You go through all the cylinders and do all the things.
It's a manual top now. It works fine that way.
Mercedes things, but my Audi.
Your Audi, yes. You have a lot of things going on with the tuning. There's some weird codes going on. We saw some torn wires. Your top is not working either. Your transmission could need to be replaced because of the grinding.
They're on eBay.
And its suspension's junk, and its climate control doesn't work.
Yes, $8,000 to $9,000
for my $1,500.
There you go.
Yes, easily $8,000 to $9,000.
Okay. But
But for Freddie, your car's been sitting a long time. It's got a lot of deferred maintenance and things. The timing belt could break at any moment.
Yes, all those things are cheap. The timing belt's like $50 on this car.
By the time you go front to back on this car, easily $10,000 to $15,000.
That is not. There's no way that is true, because everything is a '90s Japanese car. Okay,
it's totally true.
No,
you're not accounting for labor, because you never count your own labor with your own builds. You spend a million hours building your cars. If you were billing it out to somebody else, you'd be spending ungodly amounts of money, and that's what this car would take to fix.
So this is not a German car, unlike your cars. This is a car that's easy to work on. Everything makes sense.
It's a tight sports car. Yours is not.
Your transmission is about to explode. Your transmission is about to explode, and your engine is going to explode. Both of your tops don't work. Why do you think you're going to make it, and I'm not?
That means Tyler wins.
No, Tyler
is back after 2 years.
No, let's hold on. Now he's going to let us know. You may have won the estimate, but Car Wizard here is going to let us know who is the most likely to make it 700 miles from here.
All the way to Galveston. I'll start with Tyler's. It's kind of a 50-50 shot.
A coin flip.
Yeah. Now, your transmission has those pending codes. Something could go wrong at any moment. You could make it just fine with no trouble, but you also could be on the side of the road with some serious transmission trouble. So, kind of a 50-50 shot with yours.
Mm-hmm.
Now, with Ed's, it does have no heat, no AC, a grinding transmission, various codes, things going on. However, I believe it will make it there without any trouble at all.
It's a Volkswagen.
How do you say it? The engine might blow up and the transmission might fall out of the car, but it's definitely going to make it.
I think it will.
These two things are very contradictory.
It'll get from point A to point B. It'll get there.
It'll be a miserable drive, but my guess.
He's not going to make it. A car needs a transmission and an engine.
I've got extra gears, 5 more and reverse.
Do Freddie.
That's
now
right.
It's your turn, Freddie. I'm actually concerned whether or not you'll make it out the front door or not without a timing belt failing. However, Auto Tempest has, in their infinite wisdom, supplied a car that does meet everything that you've mentioned here as far as $1,500 price range, and it's in very good condition.
Is it that Ferrari?
No.
So you're like 1 in a million.
No. Sorry, saying I have a chance?
It's a 2005 PT Cruiser!
Wow. Hey. All right. Enough.
In 50 Shades of Red. Wow.
It runs, it was only $1,500, and it will get you to Galveston without any trouble at all.
It's like the worst car made in the last 25 years.
But you'll look great in it.
So Tyler, enjoy your new car.
Yeah, there's Freddie. Your timing belt's done.
Well, thank you, Wizard. We are going to head to the scene of Freddie's breakdown. See you soon.
Cue Freddie's breakdown.
With the Wizard's forecast of failures in hand, we turn south with an unfounded optimism that we might actually reach our beach destination before those odds of calamity caught up with us. No more oil sensor error.
So the Wizard fixed something on yours?
Honestly, my car sounds a little less knocky, but that might just be me imagining things. I do have to say, it is a great day to have the top down.
Well, boys, should we start pointing her south?
Galveston ho!
What'd you call me?
A lot of Tavares viewers in Galveston.
I feel like there are more VINwiki viewers in Galveston than Tavares viewers.
Honestly, I've never been there, but I heard you can drive on the beach.
I've heard you can drive into the water.
It's nothing fancy, but the beach is the beach. I just need to get there.
Is it like the Panama City of Texas?
No, last time I was there, I got out to pose for a photo and stepped in a dirty diaper that somebody left on the beach in sort of the parking lot, and yeah, that was it.
That's a strong Yelp review right there.
Did you look inside to see if there was a note?
It's the new message in a bottle.
You know, I did that trip in my first Mercedes diesel, and it blew an oil cooler line right as I was leaving town, cobbled it back together, and still made the trip.
So Freddie, if your timing belt lets go, how big will the explosion be?
That's a weird shift.
It's gonna be more of a whimper than a bang. There's no warning, timing belt snap, car off, and then nothing.
Well, I have a tow strap.
You're gonna need that for yourself.
That was a weird shift.
Man, my transmission grind into third is getting appreciably worse.
What I've noticed about my rod knock is that if I floor the throttle, it doesn't happen. So I think it's because all my boost is pushing the piston down further. So, you know, it's helping my situation. So I have to kind of beat on this car.
It'll shift.
How many Supras have you owned, Freddie?
Shift!
This will be Supra number 3.
Shift! Did you slip Wizard a 20 or something to disconnect something with my transmission?
No.
Freddie, did you touch my car?
I have not touched your car, nor do I want to.
Okay, hang on, let me give it a restart here.
Control-Alt-Delete.
Tyler, is your car having issues?
So if you haven't sabotaged my car, then everything we were talking about with the transmission has just happened because I am not shifting out of first.
Tyler, everybody's gonna think that we're making this up.
That's what the stored codes were for?
Well, these transmissions are invincible, but they have that conductor plate, the electronic part of it, that was leaking, which meant imminent failure, which apparently is now.
They're invincible other than the one thing that kills them immediately. Good.
Can you put it into comfort and bump it into second?
No, I am screaming to do 40 miles an hour.
That will hurt our pace. All right, let's turn in up here and see if we can hit it with a hammer.
I mean, it was acting a little weird, but surely Wizard isn't Nostradamus here.
I think, Tyler, you're gonna have to spend that $6,000 to $7,000 right now.
This sucks. This really sucks.
We found the next gas station and pulled over to determine the seriousness of Tyler's poor car buying decisions. Tyler, where is a conductor plate?
It's inside the transmission.
Can you?
Are you sure
Stop.
you didn't unplug anything? You guys didn't sabotage it.
No,
This is like way too coincidental.
I did not touch your car. You just bought a piece of crap Mercedes from the 90s.
It's an easy fix. The part could be overnight very quickly. It's just gonna delay us a day. Oh my God.
Oops. It looks like you got a taillight out, Ed. Whoops. I'm sorry, I'm all thumbs today.
Anyway, would you please not kick my car, but I would love it if you would please fix my conductor plate. You can replace it. So
I got a text message.
It's really easy. Just
from Auto Tempest.
Just reprogram it. It's easy.
All right, it says, this is not going so well. To give you a chance of making it out of Kansas, your next challenge is to modify each other's cars. That is not what this meant. To improve reliability and make the journey as enjoyable as possible.
Now the challenge is, we have to pimp each other's cars?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Yeah. I did just pimp his car a little bit. Yeah.
Well, that is unpimping.
Yeah, no, it's Eurolights.
Unpimp the auto.
Yeah.
Freddie, I would love for you to make my Mercedes road trip worthy. And please, yes, do whatever pimping you would think is appropriate to make that an enjoyable road trip car. And Ed, you know, I'd love to do your car. I could glue this back on and do some things, and you'll be in great shape. Yeah.
Freddie, I heard you love hot tubs and fish tanks.
Ed.
Oh, this is gonna be great. Yeah. Your ride's officially been pimped.
Please, for the love of God, please, for the love of everything that is holy, don't use an angle grinder. Please don't do
Freddie,
that.
I heard you wanted to save the bees.
Are the keys in it?
Yes. Okay. All right, where's the keys?
This only goes 30 miles an hour, right?
Yeah, it does, but the air conditioning works. Ooh. Oh my.
Freddie, my tail light. On the next car track. And so now is the big reveal.
Tyler, you are gonna crap when you see this car.
And you're not gonna believe this. You're not gonna believe this. Freddie, you're going to go nuts.
Dude, I think these are the most glorious cars we have ever built on Car Trek.
I need all of them. Paint and some bling, I think, and we can make it really nice.
Honestly, for what's probably a Rust-Oleum paint job, it's pretty good.
I'm gonna turn this car into Tyler's dream car. That might not be OEM. We're gonna need to fix my side so it looks like your side.
That's gonna take some getting used to. Apparently beggars can be choosers.
So we're gonna take it from looking like he sells fake Ozempic behind the local middle school into a full Paul Walker, Vin Diesel, fantastic vehicle.
Not sure how it's gonna do at highway speeds.
We'd like to thank Auto Tempest for continuing to support Car Trek and bring it back to VINwiki. So please go right now and check out Autotempest.com to find your next car. It allows you to get the results from all the major listing sites in the same place and the power to search specific options and granularity and give you the most powerful tool in the world of car searching.
Auto Tempest.
all the cars.
With all the taillights.
One
One search.